What's up, YouTube? In this episode, I'm going to show you how to get Regigigas on your Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire game. Now, Regigigas is probably one of the most complicated Pokemon to get, so please listen carefully as I go through this, because there's a lot of points that you need to know. Firstly, you need all three Regis. Do not even attempt this without them. I've already uploaded how to do them and how to awaken them in this episode earlier on than that. Now, this is quite an interesting one, because with Regigigas, you actually need to have a couple of items. Now I'm going to show you what those items are and where to get them. So you could need a snowball, which you can get right here. I'm sorry, in the other one. You can get at the Battle Mason after you've gotten the SS ticket. It's right here. It's a battle point. You just win battles to get battle points, or you can get the nevermeltice. As well, those are the two items that I'm seeing working the most. I've tried it out loads of times. As you can see, this is just Ice Cave on low tide in Shoal Cave, just north from Moss Deep City. You can get that. Yeah, those are the two items you need for this. So we're back at Pacifilog Town. Now, I've done lots of research on this. So what we need is to grab all the Regis out first. Now, Regigigas is definitely a time-based Pokemon. You can only get him between a certain amount of time. I believe I've done doing like huge amounts of testing on this. I believe you can get it between about 12 to 6 at night. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a bit earlier than 12, maybe 10 to 12, 10 to about 10 a.m. to about 6 p.m. I mean, I have tried it a couple of times, and you can get it in the afternoon as well, because I did multiple recordings, but that's about the time. It's not so... I actually talked to this girl on here, and she does tell like a little story as well, but the funny thing is, she didn't actually tell me a story about how to find it at all, as you can see here. She didn't tell me at all. Like, normally it will say something like, you need something cold, or you need like a snow thing, like that if you've seen it before. But I didn't get any of that, and I just got all them. You'll need to have all three of the Regis. Nickname your Regi Ice. It can be called anything. Make sure you nickname it. You can do that in, I think it's Slateport or Rustboro City. Now, grab them out of the PC. So make sure you have that, and give your Regi Ice. Make it hold Never Melt Ice or Snowball. I'm using Never Melt Ice. That seems to be the most. I've tried it lots of times. I've tried it on a couple of games as well, on a couple of different things, and Never Melt Ice seems to work like all of the time, pretty much. So let's go talk to this lady anyway, or this girl. Sometimes she'll at random tell you a story about them, or an extra bit of the story. As you can see, she's not telling me the story at all, the extra bit of the story. Like I've seen a couple of other ones say it, but this didn't say it at all. So I thought, well, I actually don't think it has too much to do with the story. I think if you just give, if you just give it Reg Ice, Never Melt Ice, and go between the hours of that time, I think you got a good chance of getting it. That's what I believe. But I know a few people have got it with the Snowball and stuff. But I think it's reliant on that. Or if it does say that item, go get that item. But if it doesn't, I'd just go with Never Melt Ice, because that seems to work. Okay, so we want to go back to where we found Reg Ice in the beginning. Make sure you got all three of them in your party, as I said, and a load of Pokeballs or Ultra Balls, and someone with a sleeping move or a Thunder Wave. Just surf up here, use a Repel, and you have to go. As I said, you have to go between a certain time of the day. If he's not there, just check back every half an hour, because may not always be there. It's random when he's there in between those hours. So I check back every half an hour to hour, and I eventually found him. Yep, that's all you need. Now go into the cave now, Island Cave, and you walk in here. Now sometimes it'll say there's a presence here, but it's not around. That means you just have to come back at the time he's there. That's all I think it is. So when you go into the middle room, it'll say that, and it'll shake, and it'll say here's the little noise, and oh my god, I love that little intro, and there it is, Regigigas. So it took me a little while to figure out how to get him, but I'm 100% sure that it's a clock-based event, and you don't have to get those specific items if it doesn't say like mine did. So I just use Never Melt Ice here. And I turned my battle effects on as well, because I was actually going through the game I forgot to turn them off. I was doing the Elite Four and I wanted to just speed through there and get some Poke Money real quickly so I can buy some Ultra Balls. I'm just trying to think if there's any other things I need to tell you about this. Yeah, but if it is... there's another one too called Carcelia Cone. That's another item as well. Like if it actually mentions the cone, use the cone. But if it doesn't, that doesn't work, try the Never Melt Ice. That one seems to be working like most of the time. And if it says Snowball, try the Snowball. But Never Melt Ice seems to work the most. And make sure that Reg Ice is nicknamed as well. You don't need to nickname the others, or they can be. It doesn't really matter if they are or aren't. And just try in between the times of 10 AM to around 5 or 6 PM. I have seen them in the afternoon as well, but I got mine. When did I get mine? I got mine about 12ish, like 12:30ish in the 12:30, and I think that's everything I need to tell you. If you've got any problems, anything's happening, you can't get it, leave a comment in the comment section. I'll try and help you out. But I believe this way works the best. Just get all of them and make sure you're in that time zone. And get the Never Melt Ice. I showed you where to get that in Shoal Cave. I'll do a more in-depth episode. If you really want an in-depth episode on how to get Never Melt Ice, if you're getting lost, I'll probably just upload it anyway. I actually got all the shoal salt and shoal shells as well to get the Shellbow and the Slowbite. I can put that up as tomorrow or whatever. It doesn't really bother me too much. The other one's just annoying. The Snowball's like a battle point one. You may be able to get it somewhere else, but that's where you get it. And same with the Carcelia Cone. That's another item you can use for it as well. So just those 3 items. If it doesn't say anything like mine, just try that method, and it worked for me. If you have caught Regigigas already, and tell me your method in the description as well. I just want to share ideas, because I think I've mostly got this down pat what you have to do to it. I was reading on other sites like Cerebi, they don't sound 110% sure about it. But they definitely have to mention that it's definitely a time event. I believe it is, because I've tried so many different times and going back and forth at certain hours, and it's never been there in those later hours. Yeah, that's pretty much what I think. Let's catch this thing. Regigigas is probably my favorite Regi as well. I like him. He's cool. Also, that girl actually said, after you catch something, the girl says something different, but I think she says, like, my dad tells me many stories, or something like that. But yeah, if the girl does change what she says from the normal dialogue, all she'll say is she'll just mention where it's found on Island Cave and what item you need for it. And that from there you can get the item you need. But if it's still not working with that item, just put on Never Melt Ice and you should be good to go. And if it does, and once again, if it does say there's a presence, I don't know, it was like a presence lingering, but it's not here, or it's something like that. Just come back at a different time. That means it is available, but it's not the right time, I believe. Yeah. So just between there, I'll write all this in the description of the video as well, so make it easy for you if you need to come back and look at that. But yeah, Regigigas comes with Foresight, Revenge, Wide Guard, and Zen Headbutt. So it's got some interesting moves there, and it's at level 50. Obviously, it's got slow start. Its ability is slow start, so its attack and speed are going to be halved to start. So after it gets its act together, it's going to be hitting a lot harder. So we caught Regigigas. He wasn't too hard. The Regis I found were quite easy to catch. It wasn't too hard. Just get them down low health, and yeah, get them. Right. Let's register this guy in my Pokedex. There is an enduring legend that states this Pokemon Tower continents. Okay, cool. Give a nickname to Regigigas. What should I call it? What should I call it? Something cool. I'll just call it Reginald Regigigas. That'll do. Yeah, but anyway, guys, if you got any questions or stuff, or you've done it a different way to mine, please put it in the comments. I'd like to know your ways as well, so we can try and get some actual factual information so it's not all guesswork. But I definitely believe it's time based. I'm very convinced of that. Let's head out of here anyway. Let's see what I'll just see what that girl says anyway. I think that's what she says. Okay, but that's all you need to do with the Reggies. There's nothing else. There's no after game stuff with Regigigas. You don't need to bring him anywhere, as I've seen. The only legendary I need to cover now is Cresselia and Uxie. I think I need to get a street pass to get Cresselia, so I may put up a video to get some friend code exchanges going or something like that. I may get that up tomorrow. We'll just see how I'm going, but if not, I'll definitely be this week. Let's go back to Pacifilog Town and check what this girl says. There's also a when you get that Kangaskhan Knight, there's also a big pearl next to it. Anyway, guys, that's about all for this episode. If you got any questions and stuff, leave them in the comment section. Peace out.